La punta de lanza se comienza a quemar mucho. Señora, que Pantino resuelve de esta manera con la triple eliminación.
Ele principalmente desconfia. Olha o Havok aparecendo de novo, 4 kills dele, sobra somente um, é o Nature. Vai buscar o Ace, Havok!
Smick standing here with Coach Itopata as Leviatán is looking amazing. Map number 1 taking down Furia. I know that Furia definitely has made a lot of improvements, especially with Shanji joining the team, but Leviatán still looking great. And we know that there's still a lot of stakes involved here, so winning here is very important to y'all. How are we feeling heading into Icebox?
We're feeling pretty good. We played a good first map. We made some mistakes, and we knew that we're the better team on that map. But now we go on Icebox, where I think it's the best map from us and from Furia. So I'm expecting to be a very close one and a really good Valorant in general.
Absolutely, definitely looking forward to it. Best of luck.
And we're all excited for map 2. And well, I was going to do a teleshooter with Mimi, but she disappeared. What the hell?
Oh, push me back.
Okay, go back.
Let's do this telescope. It's a silly game. We're getting silly. And we're talking about Aspas' Neon.
Go ahead, hit this over here.
Okay, so, okay, you're good.
Yeah, there you go.
We're starting off on an attack round here. You see...
Why is that so long?
No. Okay, you have a lot of players here, all 5 players from Leviatán starting on this side of the map. They're dealing with these cipher trips you see when they're going into this site. But they have a lot of tools to deal with it. And I think a mistake a lot of Neon players make, especially when they're playing ranked, is kind of oversending, overcommitting when they have an advantage, and then making... Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm a professional. I'm going to interview for Sonic after this. They'll overextend, they'll make mistakes. Let's look how Lev deal with this one. They're starting off going into this one, and there's actually a lot of PC utility. We got to do the thing again.
We got to do the thing again. This is friendship, by the way, just so you know.
And we got to show you all the different tools they're using to deal with these trips. There's a shock dart coming in here from Gong. There's another one here. That deals with the 2 default positions. None of the trips are there, but there's also an aftershock on this line. So now, Lev, know this whole area completely clear of tripwires, and they're perfectly safe. It's a serious telestrator.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a game that matters. Okay, now watch how Aspas paths into this one. He's going to take the front part of sight, but he doesn't overheat. Cages go up, and now he waits for the next volley of utility.
There it is. And we'll go back?
We'll go back.
There we go.
In comes extendable arm. In comes a stun backside. Ooh. A dart landing from the Sova. He's putting his relay bolt into backside as well. It's beautiful.
Yep.
And as that plays out,
this
basically severs this into 2 different layers of this execute to work with. Now he's fighting in. He has all this utility, and now they're pausing again. Aspas isn't overheating. He waits for the next wave. A breach ult comes rolling through this site, and then they're going to full fight into backside. Gets a little awkward, though, just like me getting really close to you there. Okay, fight into backside. Things have gone horribly wrong. I didn't pause the round, and we're going to go back in time, like we're rolling back through the
Somewhere
ages.
Ender is corpsing right now.
Yeah, he is. But Khalil does the craziest thing I've ever seen with this Omen TP to cancel and go back in and just teleport out of that one and still make it happen. Honestly, though, it was a good round from Lev. They get owned by kind of a silly play that works out there and some nice trading from Furia to close out this round. But overall, I think Lev had some good ideas with the Neon, and
how did you manage to get this? Don't get close to me. How did you? Where did we find rollerblades in the office?
They're here. They're
They've
Josh's.
Just been here. They're Josh's.
I have nothing more to say. The Neon stuff was pretty sick. I liked it overall. I mean, he can slide, he can dash, he can do something like this and get into sights.
What did you just do there? That was incredible. You've been practicing. You're a shredder?
That's my big
Move over Ninja Turtles, because the master shredder is here.
Later, alligator.
Yeah, let's just hear what the coach has to say for map 2.
Coach Koi, I know map number 1 didn't go your way, but map number 2 is on Icebox. It was your map pick. We know that Furia is great on Icebox, but it also happens to be Leviatán's best map. So do you have any tricks up your sleeve to ensure you get a win here?
Então, a gente sabe que é o melhor mapa deles, mas também é o nosso. Então, inclusive, a gente treinou contra eles na semana passada esse mapa. E a gente sabe que vai ser um jogo difícil. A gente preparou algumas coisas, mas a gente tá mais confiante no nosso jogo mesmo, no nosso estilo de jogo.
Yeah, we know it's our best map, but it's also theirs. But we trained against them, we practiced against them last week. So we have a few things up our sleeves to show next week.
Okay, well, I'm very excited to see it. Good luck on map number 2.
All right, well, we'll see if, we can manage to bring this one back for we're still doing this.
No,
this is okay.
It's the most efficient form of transportation.
You're already tall. Now you're taller than me, even more so.
Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning. Today was going to be a very serious day. This is a very serious show, and I'm glad we've been able to stick to those guns without rolling off topic very much.
You're on timeout. You have to be on timeout. After that one, you got to be on timeout. But let's talk about how Leviatán is doing. How Leviatán is doing here. You heard Coach Itopata basically saying, like, hey, they caught us off guard a few times, but they're expecting this Icebox game to be like, peak Valorant is what he had said. We're going to see a nice jet duel here, potentially, for Aspas and MW's era.
Yeah, when we talk about Furia, I agree with Itopata that this has looked like one of their, if not their strongest map. They're a team who's still playing some of the classic stuff with that harbor. I think the setups they have off of it have honestly been really good, and I think the coordination of the team, too, tends to be really on point here. I like their flood defenses when they're playing on the defensive side. I think the harbor adds a lot to that.
Do you just naturally roll back?
Yeah, is the ground slanted?
There's a bit of a slant.
Guys, we gotta fix the ground over here,
I'm gonna stay around. It's all right.
Hang on to that.
Doug, what do you think?
I don't have time to share my thoughts.
Okay. He doesn't, but it was very insightful. In the other hand, though, we have Brent Sideshow and Bala, who should be here doing his job, but instead he's doing another job. He'll be on the other side with the casters, breaking down Agent Select. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Mimi, no!
Let's get to it then. Yeah, map 2 Agent Select coming up shortly. Icebox is the map. And honestly, production, hands off to them. That is, that's incredibly brave.
Yeah, strapping Mimi to wheels.
That is potentially tens of thousands of dollars of damage. Right there.
I mean, it might have been. You don't know what happened after.
Yeah, we didn't see what they cut to.
He was going fast.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, what do we make of this? We're heading into Icebox. It's a
bold one for Furia to pick. They have historically been good here. It's been a great map for Furia. But also you're playing into Lev, who are the only team in the world currently playing Viper Harbor well on this map, in my opinion. Part of that's because Com's Sova gets empowered really nicely to have his value. You get a lot of these post-plant spots where Tex and Com are playing just heavy post-plant, and Aspas is going aggressive. And that duo works really nicely.
Ooh. Well, nothing out of the ordinary. I don't know why I went, ooh.
Well, the Sage, you like the Shandy Sage?
I mean, the Sage is fun when people do TikTok wars a bit, not when they play standard.
So you want to watch Paper X? I know how much.
Yeah. I want to see people walling up over the top, I want to see that. But a jet head-to-head is going to be interesting nevertheless as well. MW and Aspas. I mean, MW was trying. Don't get me wrong. The guy was trying, but Aspas ended up taking over when he got to that defensive half.
Absolutely. Furia winner, 2025 champions. The people have seen it in the crystal ball.
That is awesome. It's potentially. I'll give him next year.
Okay.
Leviatán this year for sure.
The jerseys will come off for that.
We could do a jersey swap.
Furia are heading into this pistol round with 3 sheriffs online, which I love. I think that's unfathomably based. to just have 3 sheriffs that you rock up with. You're on attack side, no post-plant nanoswarms, no drone on the attack side for your Sova. Just shoot people.
Yeah.
It's a shooting game.
It's an FPS game at Aspas.
You also have to not get shot.
Exactly, and he proves it firsthand. Maybe going for a second go at things. This is ludicrous. Give him the ace.
Yeah.
He's had 2.
Perfect wall, get him some safety.
Still Havoc has been lurking. Making his mark over towards the ace side. Texto, one to the temple. Takes him out.
That was an execution.
Yeah, rapid run around now for the remaining 2 Fury plays, making all the noise in the world. So Comp.
How are they getting lurked on? After they had a lurker through A.
Lurks on lurks, and there's no chances there. I mean, they just don't expect it. There's no way you expect this. Last is known. Shandy doesn't know which way to look, man. Too many players in every single spot. Lev with a pistol round. It's honestly just absolutely flat out. They're here to win it. They got dinner plans.
Not happy with this one, though. Comp stole Aspas' ace.
Stole his ace. Again, he had 2 kills. Calm yourself. There were nice shots over towards the beginning. When you buy 3 sheriffs on the pistol round, you do have to be, you know, shooting, hitting the shots. Yeah, that's
wow, that is incredible. Dude, this guy's your color catch. What is going on?
Yeah, it's okay. I deadlift sometimes. You're here now.
You excited for the Aspas Outlaw again?
No, because they're going mid, and this is kind of awkward for him. I don't, yeah. You know, I'll give him pre-cope. He's not going to get anything this time. But it's unfortunate.
Right there. Yeah, difficult to get through, shoot through. So with the eco, they just want to plan down at this point. Maybe if they get a kill, they'll be happy with it, but take to the corner.
God, another perfect cascade to slow them.
Yeah, Shandy just couldn't quite get himself onto the site, and now they are just,
where are they going?
Just stuck in kitchen. Go for another wrap around here. Tex is flanking them. Is he going to spot any guns poking over the edge? The turret sees the contact. Few to the body will do it. Dropping down northward, going for another repeat. Classic in hand. MW does take him out.
I get what.
Well, Havoc's got a ton of space over towards A, and now Tex is down.
Yep.
The alarm bot's not up, the nanoswarms aren't up.
Bomber's AFK in spawn. Only just started playing again, but
they can get the plant here.
He's doing the reverse curry.
Let's go for the peak.
Plant money, love to see it.
Shocky.
Big win in the round from MW.
No shocky. Okay, just a dart. Yeah, he does get the plant money.
That's what they're playing for. Small victories, micro objectives. That's what I like to see. Stay focused. Get your money up, not your funny up.
Is that what you like to do? Because I think you've been a joke this entire last 2 years.
That's brutal. I'm going to need to split you 2 up. Swap the headsets. I'll sit in the middle. All right, here we go. Bonus round now for Lev. Full armor. Across the ball for Furia. Don't want to be falling prey to the outlaw purchase of Aspas. Big stack as well.
Hard read. Wrong read as well.
Yeah.
Expecting Furia to go over towards A, and King's going to be a ton of pressure here.
I am surprised to see all the Killjoy util also given towards A, given that they have the stack there. Normally you have a molly thrown from the other side of the map, something like that to support King.
King did not break the drone either. And caught just from the side there, Khalil. Wrapping up, straight up the gut through mid. Taking all that space for them and more. Deep dart as well, no more worries. Out from the side though, that's calm. It's a good return of the fire.
God, he's actually scared that they push even deeper, but you're almost never going to do that when you have Sage.
Yeah, just go for those standard plants as Shandy has done. Play the 4v4 in the post plant. Havoc hasn't put nanoswarms down onto the spike.
This is awkward for Shandy. Doesn't know which way to look as well. Gonna have to be bailed out. Shot darts from the back and the side. Out through, running it forwards. Quite tapping. They know they're not on it. Shandy still locking it down. Holding it down, still can. Maintaining. Not against the rifle. Up onto the side as well. Cove has to get bursted. Mazzino already sticking. He's got half already. The bullets are doing it. Still getting it. At least half. Maybe a chance. He's low. Only 9 half onto it. Sliders attacks as well. 3 bullets left. The time's running short. Furia know it. They've won it on that win con just alone, and it's snappy at the end, but just going to be Lat alone here. Round win. Clean sweep though with the players. Furia not able to keep anybody alive.
They get the round, but it cost them every weapon that they had coming into it, and I'm concerned about the post-plant game plans as well. Havoc was spraying there to break the cove, didn't have time to go for the nanoswarms, hadn't already pre-placed them on the spike. Things looking messy.
I'll give you your own Kobe here, Josh, because he had a big job, actually. Aspas smoked his alarm bot on the flank, and he took him down, paying attention to the fact that that was a possibility. Not seeing Aspas on the site, and that's why he doesn't have anything pre-placed.
Yeah.
Revealing area. That's why 3 mines are better than 2. Nothing goes amiss.
Aspas still with the Outlaw as well.
Yeah, and of course, why not? Yeah, they're going to be doing a weaker buy. He's holding it down over towards the B side now. Furia
They can't get through.
Yeah, setting aside over towards A. This high tide makes it very difficult. It's a cheeky wall. Pretty sure there's a gap in that one, but almost certain. Hunter's Fury off from the side. Any sort of connections would be beautiful, but I don't believe they got too much damage at all. Molly's and Utils rebounding across and back and around. Aspas time has been bought. He's back into the action and the fray. Flood is called out and away. They're through into the back of the site. MW. Short work from him. Stinger in hand. He might be able to make the most of this one. Dash forward. Aspas again. Getting active now. Picks up the upgrade. Knives. Blade Storm. Fans him out. Still a 2v2. Sliders tab up. Drop! Aspas! And running and gunning. He'll save it from a very tricky spot.
I appreciate the effort there from MW towards the end, hoping to catch the team off guard. I think as soon as the Blade Storm is popped...
Yeah, you're looking up.
Watch this! And everybody on Leviatán is exactly watching for that.
Especially so difficult to do against Aspas, who knows those plays so much. I have to point out here, Aspas was the last player to rotate from Leviatán. In fact, he was the only player on that A site, or the B site at the beginning of the round. But because of that util from Mazzino, all that Harbor util, Furia just couldn't push through, and then Aspas gets the first kill in the round on the site.
No util as well to push back Mazzino. Easy ult earned up.
It's interesting too, we saw on Sunset this same sort of setup end up working for Lev on defense, where Aspas just holds down the B site and they're happy to heavily stack the rest of the map. And Furia plays into that. They don't want to go where Aspas is.
Oh, it comes way out to the open there. Still with the dash. MW gonna be up and above and around now. Running rings around them, or at least attempting to. Still knows it's gonna be one player watching for that angle here in that one. And an ult does have to be offloaded finally. Reckoning cleaves and clears the way through.
So Mazzino's bought them a little bit of time, but it was actually the fact that MW got in front of that high tide that allowed him the kill onto Com. Normally, Fury have been behind all of the Harbor util.
The time and repositioning here. Tex has gotten a deeper position that you might not expect if you're Furia. And they don't have that drone anymore.
He's got to make his mark. Here with his player disadvantage!
Beautiful.
MW, straightforward now, using the cove as well, but the entering possibilities. Mazzino, though, so looking forwards. High tide's up and around, stretching. It does alert him to his positioning, but it's not really much they can do. Furia, slow to a crawl. Have to bide their time again and just waiting it down. Bit a few seconds. Cutting noise, praying that it pulls some players away here, but Lev's still holding it down for now. Tiniest of differences though. Players up and above, and King wasn't expecting it. Not on top of 410. Needs to be a return of the fight. Mazzino is down, gone. Just down to Aspas.
Planted.
We've seen stranger things. Listen. Make a go of things, but Dash fades away. So do most of the chances of the round.
Good one from Furia there. Able to get in. They had, what, 3 or 4 waves of different utility cycles into the A site. First, it's MW getting past that high tide like I was talking about. Then they have to wait out the reckoning. They go back forwards again and prod and poke. They get held back once more, and then they finally commit with about 15 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Starting with Shandy putting down the wall so that one of the spots, at least, they don't have to worry too much about.
Right. At that point, they'd already gotten 2 picks on the players, though. Tex fell, those sorts of things. You can start to take your time a little bit more. But I'm interested there, and they don't chase Aspas at all. I know the money situation for them is not great, but also trying to keep the money down for Leviatán is going to be how you actually bring this into a game where they can take the lead here.
Yeah, I'm going to counter with the fear of God is in them. Yeah, you run at Aspas,
I wouldn't
die.
chase him either.
I don't blame him.
He's only 4-1 in this map, but if you look at his stats over the whole series in total, it's scary stuff. MW, though, this time is actually finding those opportunities to get picks. He found the opener onto Com, he got another really important one on Tex, and now he's looking to try to hunt Mazzino.
Great reads right away. Drone seeing Mazzino. And usually Aspas has been alone on this lane. Instead, now that he has the hero rifle, he pushed all the way up into attacker side nest on A.
Never going to be calling for a lot of bodies to receive him now. Waiting for the second wave dart. Dash as well from MW. Clears out the yellow box. Wall up. This time the nanoswarm's placed preemptively.
Oh, gosh! Come on, Shandy! I know you haven't been in Tier 1 all the time this year, but you know to look away from the wall.
Really is turning into the average Furia fan still. Still with the rifles. That's going to be reigning supreme on this day, but With the sheriff in hand, Aspas has finally found his way over towards the fight. Still a 1v3 to take care of. And too much as well. Counting for the position here. Furia bringing it up nice and even now, 3-3.
Clean stuff. Did I ever say I was worried? Not even in the slightest. And Shandy's been statistically a bottom-performing player. Listen, I don't care. I don't care at all. The vibes have improved massively since he was added to the team. He seems to have given them more of a determination to succeed, a bit more focus, and also there was less pressure because Furia were essentially out of things by the time he arrived. But I think all of those things together since adding him have created a squad that's actually now able to, you know, go toe-to-toe with some of these top squads, at least for the beginning halves of these maps.
I think that's what he brought to his prior teams too, NIP, back at Reykjavik.
A lot of footsteps, heavy rumble. Comms lucky doesn't quite caught in a transfer, moving into position. Aspas, he missed his shot too. They know there's an op online. And a swarm just shy. Still posted up. Of course, Aspas still has a dash too. Now's active as the wall goes down.
I mean, this is just going to be counter lockdown here.
Many chances. That's just onto the elbow. Filthy work from Aspas. They're going to try and brute force their way through, but
instant res, but they might get locked down.
Yeah, no way to break this one, so just have to give it the space on either side. Detainments.
Only for the attackers. Yeah. And that might actually buy time for Aspas to not be able to do anything when they hit the site, but they'll slow down.
And they're slowing down because by the time they got into the site, those players would be undetained and starting to throw snake bites at them and high tides, that kind of thing. So Furia, the lack of noise should make Lev worried about B.
Has at least pulled King.
Havoc is lurking up tube instead of up mid. So he's not going to be able to actually help with the hits. And instead going to go for a late lurk.
Llama broken.
That's to buy time for Havoc.
Aspas is feeling a lot of pressure there. And Shandy's just opened things up himself. Doesn't need the flag to really pay off. It is being watched for. King alerted. Tech still down lower. Plan has to come down and it's covered. Up from the high ground. Nos was there. 2v1 now. King has got to do a lot as the IGL has been faced up. Double body still with that molly. Saved it for the rainy day. Up and around. Good movement. Clean with it. Up. Still not anticipating it. Dodging, juking, weaving up on the ropes. It's too much to deal with. Furia now finding the advantage. Now finding that one-round lead.
What is going on?
I'll tell you what, the slow pace is working for Furia. A timeout absolutely needed for Leviatán here. Aspas, when he's been running the operator, has not been able to grab info for them. He gets a kill in this spot, but they're lacking information, I think partly because if he had a rifle in his hand, they'd probably be more incentivized to set him up on aggressive lines. Yeah, that's how he got the kill. TikTok walls!
That's what I'm looking for! None of the standard stuff. Break up the crossfires.
I think Jorgamo hit us with one of those last time he was playing Sage on this map. Looking lovely out there. What an angle to pull out. Well, Shandy's walls have been setting up a lot of these engages. The really, really late round engages into A when they finally commit. The Sage wall goes out, and you know it's business time. Lev knocked down onto an eco. Have we seen that at any point throughout the series so far?
Maybe once or twice, but not much.
Yeah, I mean,
just dominated.
Apart from coming out of a pistol round or something, but it was kind of like close back and forth, but it didn't feel like Lev were on the ropes at any point. This actually feels like Furia could start cycling a bit of momentum here. They're one away from Pit, for example.
All I know is Lev should not be losing the lead against Furia right now.
Here we go. You see what I mean? The 8-1 team, they start to fall, and suddenly the fans are all, ooh, they're starting to...
No, I'm not backstab. I'm just saying what's real right now. Lev is way better than this.
Well, they're going to be writing up a storm on BLR later. just single-handedly.
And just look out for the username, Aspas fanboy.
All right. Dart's broken, just barely though, so Con can't disrespect it. Grabbing an orb up.
And if they were to try to play for an ult orb here, Lev don't have a way of particularly dissuading them. Instead, they're pushing up on the other side of the map. Tex has got really deep towards B. And it's going to be Havoc's job to hold him off.
It's high tides. I mean, brutal for Furia, just inability to push back through as well, but...
They've just been waiting them out, though.
Yeah, they have. The noise cuts have been working nicely. Making Lev stew.
Oh, once again, another bait with the wall this time.
And normally that's been the signal to go.
There's an angle though, missed opportunity by Aspas. flooded players in. They've definitely got the bodies, but it's all about converting it when you've only got the weaponry at hand still. Aspas with a blade some again. Anything's possible. This wall in his face is just so damn annoying. 40 seconds. Spike's still not down.
Cascades from Mizuno allowed him to get back in the site.
Great kill. Yeah, straight up onto the high ground. Angle
Great
again.
kill again.
Mizuno's just there.
Yes!
Again, body shots. Doing the work. It's up to Havoc. To 1v2. Reckoning. Pushing him out of the picture now. He's got to get a move on. Running all the way over towards B. Double stack Duff. Doesn't look like it's going to be read here by Lev. He might be able to catch his timing.
Ooh, mid, I think he had time to go B main.
I mean, even though the Lev players have heard footsteps, you've got to run in the middle of that reckoning anyway. So they haven't got the read that he's headed over to B here. Unfortunately, it's not somebody like Nozwa or Khalil in the post plant here, where one of these plants would have got the ult online. Havoc's still far away from lockdown.
And going through mid actually allowed him to get that alarm bot down, which gives him a little bit of information. He's hearing both of them right now. He can't give up the site, though, because the pit will make things difficult.
Difficult spot. High Tide's already ripped his way across and the cove. Lev doubled up side by side. Yep, Havoc realized he needs to take the initiation factor into his own hands. Not enough, but almost there. Barely. Reset of the rifle.
That's tough.
The trade online for King, and so brings it 4-4.
Lev making a hard read coming out of that attack timeout, in my opinion, just deciding, well, Furia, in the slow-paced rounds, have mostly just been re-hitting A. When we see them early A, the chances that they're re-hitting, it's been like 4 times compared to 1 that they rotated B. So if you're going to gamble and stack on a spot, just put bodies on the A site. And now, I think we need to see the adaptation from Furia, where they do the same kind of thing, pressure over towards A, but have at least a lurker, if not the entire squad rotating over quietly and taking B control.
And you mentioned the op from Aspas not being able to find too much this time, though. Getting really aggressive.
Oh, he is a lot to jiggle, just trying to bait it out. The pre-fire not finding the target. Drone as well, any breakers? It just spots everybody.
So this is good early round information that Furia is set up for some kind of a control or push, but it doesn't help Lev get mid-round, late-round info. And this is what I was wanting to see. Yeah. Furia making it feel like one of their standard re-hits, but instead contacting over to the other side of the map.
There's this one going up, trap dash with the dart as well. Beautiful. Nowhere to play, nowhere to hide. Still, Texas covering it! Jesus.
Pretty ugly.
High.
That's beautiful.
That is just filthy. Whips it around in a 180 fashion here for him. Furia reeling. I don't know which way to look. Spike's been dropped down at the feet.
I'll tell you which way to look. Everywhere.
Yeah. And Havoc, there's no peace of mind being granted to him. Khalil, let's bail him out from one angle, though. With Tex being removed, doesn't have to worry about his back as much. Still needs to regain control of this one, though, with 30 seconds left. And it's complete control. The dash across the line now. It's going to be really difficult, but the pre-aim onto it. It's impeccable. Molly going wide and around as well. Still a kill. Needs to be claimed, and it will be just that. Followed through by Kickoff.
I'll say it, that was unlucky for Furia. They dropped the spike in the worst position possible.
Yeah, I also think that most of the time Tex is not going to be good for 3. Did he get in that round? He's a great player, but you should be able to trade it out.
The Tex slander is ridiculous.
No, it's not slander. My point being that Furia should be able to trade out 1 player with 3 of them.
It sounded personal, I don't know.
No personal bias to that whatsoever. I'm not wearing a Furia jersey at all. It reminds me of the beginning of Sunset, where Furia were getting in good positions, had the right read on the situation, but couldn't get through individuals.
Yeah, it's okay, Josh. I understand it's hard to be biased for Furia.
Hit down. It's a lot of pressure. It's an early ult by King. He's worried about it. Tex covers. One possible position there, just up onto the high ground. MW not getting away with it.
They had ults to try to work a play in this round. They could have locked down and then tried to counter ult com, generate a pick in this kind of way, and instead they're just saving those potentially for round 11 when rifles are on board.
Look at how difficult this pit is to get through. Hunter's Fury, hello, okay, why not?
That's quite nice. I mean, that gives Havoc a free ult in the next round. I'll take that every day. Silver linings to these storm clouds.
Down as well. They might even opt to use it, even now into the post, if they find a good position and spot for it, but they want to play aggressively in this post, doubled up.
The Furia players are staying inside the pit right now. Havoc on top. Shanji trying to find a position inside of it.
Util still with Cascade in his face, not quite peeking over the top as well with the wall. He hears the ropes, and then just spamming it. One bullet to the head, just caught there, bit of unluckiness there, just for Havoc. Shandy, tucked tight, we've seen miracles from this spot at least, with the pit up, but it drops down, fades to black.
Again, not worried about this round. It's a gimme to Leviatán, but the ult situation going into round 11, that's what you've got to pay attention to here. They've got lockdown on Havoc. There is a potential for a lockdown on the other side, but Nozwa could break it with his Hunter's Fury. And previously that was balanced because Com had his own ult, and he just kind of ripped it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure really why even. And there's a little bit of pressure in this situation, but King should be feeling fairly safe inside the pit with the rest of his team around him.
That's nasty from Aspas. It's interesting. This year, Com, especially in this map so far, you've seen him throw out that ult the same way both times on this defense and not finding as much value as you would expect from Com. This guy is a demon with that ult.
And normally the ethos is, if it's the beginning of the half, throw the ults out there. But as it gets towards the end of the half, like here, where we're round 10, round 11, round 12, you're not going to get another one back. There's no way.
Yeah.
So it means that you have to be thinking about the tactical, strategical side of things. And I think that Furia have got a great opportunity to get at least one round on the board here out of the final two, just by using these ults in a smart way. Lev are going to be forced to do something strange, like, you know, get super aggressive off the back of them trying to have a player stuck in the Hunter's Fury, basically, like trying to use the fact that they've got more players with rifles out, maybe, or just straight up fighting them at the start of the round so that they can't get in position.
Especially with Aspas' op, a lot of times he can go selectively try to challenge one of those players who has a crucial ult, like Havoc.
Let's go.
Now, if Nozwa wants to throw the round and do something very funny, you could try to ult Aspas.
He is holding it down. Operator in his hands. No one to break the drone from though, so clears off. That is just a bit of a fake.
You should
Lines
run.
himself up, just baiting like he could go for the re-peek. So lockdown is used relatively early.
They got double molly here from Tex. And I think he may position himself for a lockdown late. That makes it awkward for Nozwa.
The spam coming in. Space given up onto the side. Needs to be vacuumed up here by Furia. Plan deep, Shandy. Very deep plan and an even deeper pit still. It's going to be a lockdown. After the back pinged out. Have to be broken and destroyed. It looks like it is. Just spammed that as well from the extra bullets that were coming their way. Furia, the game plan is good. Cornucopia of ultimates, the way that they've just sailed their way through for this one.
Tex is going to gamble, jump down to find the Viper. Or they're just going to save, waiting for Com maybe to get his lurk down through tube.
Does Khalil get Batmaned?
The longer this goes without any random spam kills as well, the more Lev just have to give it up. They're not getting anything.
Yeah, Com is looking for exits already instead of actually peeking on tube.
Yeah. Just backing away. So, Furia.
And that matters, Bren. The money for Furia going in this last round, if they can get a lot of exit kills.
Lovely movement, though. Just trips up Com for a second.
I don't actually think the money does matter in that situation, though. They've got plant money. They've all got over 400. They get 3K for winning the round. I think that was straight up the wrong call from Lev, unless I'm missing something massive. You're not going to feed them ult orbs. You have a ton of money. Send it. Go crazy with it. The economy doesn't matter. You're about to head into round 12.
This guy's got the abacus out. he's ran the numbers.
I'm counting my beans.
One more round, 12.
MW has not been pulling out the attack off very often, and it's only Com over towards A. Lev have mostly been stacking the A side. This time, swapping it up, expecting Furia to do something different. Furia like, nah, I'd rather go A.
It's been part of the game plan for them. This time, though, MW with the op in his hands. It will slow them down.
They've been playing fairly slowly towards A anyway, though.
Com just hopping up on top of the box. Maybe he could have caught a timing there when the drone's in his face, but surely feeling the heat.
One of the big differences to the way that Fury are playing it, it's not 5 people towards A. It's a 4-1, where Khalil, if he wanted to, could try to take some space. He's playing very safely at the moment, though, on B. They're leaving, but Khalil doesn't have too much information. It's not like he knows that B is empty.
Here.
They're going to try this A fake into the mid to B again.
They've got the read, though.
Not quite.
I think there, something that Fury did not get down was the actual rest of the util from Mazzino, as Havoc actually gets a kill through mid, though.
That's brave, Havoc. Still with a knife out as well. And like I said earlier, Lev, they have the read on this one. The bodies. Teammates finally arriving to the scene.
Oh, MW.
And it's like, oh, battle.
That's perfect. Aspas using the elevation of that little ramp there, making it really difficult for MW to hit that shot.
A bit hard. Amazino still locking it down as well, straight from behind. It's only 20 seconds left. Need to get a plant down, but there's a reckoning in their faces. Golden beams are light pointing exactly to where Furia are. Can't stand their grounds against it. 12 seconds left. What is the bailout here? How did they even get themselves through it?
10 seconds left.
Needs to be coverage. It's not there for the plant. Shandy just trying to go for it onto the corner. Lev are going to be up now. 2 rounds. Looking forward to that next half.
But I'm impressed with what Furia put together. I feel good, similar to Sunset. They're keeping things close. Lev won the pistol, and Furia are still only 2 rounds away at the half. If they can do the same as Sunset and pick up a pistol on the back of the halftime, then we've got a real game going. They just have to not fumble it and lose 5 in a row.
I think Lev is playing great too, so Furia actually challenging. This is in their last match.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Good signs for the rest of the regular season.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Week 5 and beyond.
Absolutely, and only 2 rounds standing the difference between them. We'll see how it makes the difference as well, heading into the pistol round of the next half.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Riot Games Arena. We're here during the halftime, and I'm joined by TCK. It is so great to have you here, and this is your first ever international trip, right?
Yeah, I'm so glad to be here. I'm so happy. I'll be able to co-stream Cloud9 games in the playoffs. So yeah, I'm loving it. I've been here for 5 days in LA now. I've already eaten a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff, and I'm enjoying it, yeah.
I saw you went to Topgolf recently with your teammates, so you have to dish the truth. Who was bad, who was good, and how are you?
Okay, I was like definitely bad. Valorant's probably the only thing I'm good at. Rooney was killing it. Oxy was like the kind, like, he was the same size of the club. So yeah, a little bit difficult for him there, but yeah, he nailed it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. My first time playing golf, actually, so.
I'm sure it was a lot of fun just to hang out with your Cloud9 teammates and everything like that. Last question. I saw earlier you tweeted a photo wearing an Aspas headband. But obviously Furia is the Brazilian team. We know Aspas is an amazing Brazilian player. So who are you really rooting for?
You put me in a difficult situation out here, huh? Okay, so like I'm cheering for Furia so they can win a game. Like Leviatán has already won like almost every match, just lost for Cloud9, biggest team, right? But Aspas is one of my closest friends, so I'm really cheering for him. Like, he's a big inspiration for me, so yeah, let's go Aspas, let's go.
Well, we're about to find out. Let's head back to the chaotic trio. It's over to you guys.
And we're going to find out as well, you know, what the outcome is of this one. The pistol round, obviously great importance. Golf was mentioned too. It's only a matter of time between you two challenge each other to a game.
Yeah, the most competitive of sports.
Of course.
I think I'd wax you.
Furia looking like they want to fight down mid here. MW stomping.
Yeah, surely this is quite evident now. Deep down as well. Orchestrates a lot. Jeez. It's all being watched for. He'll be lucky to even just get anything. Potentially the trade online, but no, he's lucky to be alive. The bullets.
He got hit twice there.
He's saved by the sheet metal.
Gets the heal, though, from Shandy. recon dart being thrown over towards yellow really makes it look like Lev are trying to take some B control in the same moment that they contact up right into Havoc.
They're making noise here for Havoc to hear. Oh. Why is he peeking there?
Yeah, Havoc.
He should just be calling for his team.
He thinks he's better.
Yeah.
And you know what? In this situation, he wasn't. But a couple of rounds from now, he's going to absolutely obliterate Aspas, and he's going to think back to this.
That's a hard ask, but...
I mean, right now, this is the most dangerous period for Furia to let this game slip. Because it's competitive right now, but pistol, bonus, those sorts of things, that's all of a sudden Lev going to be up very close.
Minimum, you're looking at 9-5.
Flank through mid as well. The School of Com.
Dropping down. Killers need to start flooding in. Time's running short. Feel the pressure and the heat here. Fury at least accounting for the mid flank. There's a wall in their face. Just a shoulder check right through, spots it. And Khalil not making a good go of it.
Get out of my way.
Nothing else to play for here. Everton just pad the stats, why not? But Timmy steals the last one. So 8-5. Looking set up well as well. Winning that pistol round. Most likely up to 9 here for Lev. This is the dire circumstance we were talking about for Furia.
Yeah, it's not looking amazing for them, especially if Lev end up running away with this round. You have to do damage here so that Lev are not coming into their bonus with massive amounts of weaponry. What is that shot from King?
You said that everybody was looking for him, but that was just a nasty flick. That's absurd.
Full 90-degree flick to the left. Destroys the first player, and they're aware of a second.
MW always goes for this Marshall buy on these eco rounds.
But he's also missed the action. He's trying to look to take it through mid, and there's nobody really there.
And Tech's in the curry spot.
Turret destroyed.
It's nice for the crosshair placement. He's
Goodbye.
Hello. Swing's coming out. Has the reload. Where is everybody? Flooded up, overwhelmed here. It's up to Com now to hold on to the flank.
Com could easily get overwhelmed in this position.
He's holding it with just a slight off angle.
He has no help.
Yeah, he's got a stinger though.
Yeah, close quarters into the action. Here's all the footsteps. Doesn't know the rough position, but Lev full backside control. They're going to be aware that this is all occurring over towards the flank. Jump spot. He's getting dropped. He's getting swarmed. Stinger still does the job. Gives him the business. His teammate's going to be helping him out.
I'll be honest, this round Lev should have lost multiple fights a lot earlier than that. Comp should not be getting 2. He's swarmed, but once again, just like you saw in the mid fight that MW had to clean up onto Tex, nobody's swinging with him. He's swarmed, but everybody's taking ones.
I mean, that's partly because MW dashed away after taking the first shot. I think for style points, he wanted to look better in the clip. He doesn't need to be dashing off in that situation. Maybe he wasn't expecting to see someone there and got spooked. Anyway, did they do enough damage? I'm not too sure about that. Lev's weaponry is still looking quite good over here. And Khalil, I have seen monstrous things from him in this position against 100 Thieves.
This man is manifesting right now.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Josh,
you just manifest a bunch of util in your face and he's neutralized. You can't get those legendary one taps.
Right there.
And they're already cut out. I mean, he's not going to be trying to fight for that B main control when he's just a lone player. He's going to be calling for players to help him out. Here in the emphasis, got to wait for the next wave of things, but the wall's dropping down. Open angles.
And making the move back over to A, just inserting Aspas in this spot. Aspas is going to be looking for kills. He's that kind of player. So if somebody on Furia wins a big duel...
Time for that re-exploration. Aspas. That's what the dash is for. Gets himself out of there. Now the reckoning. MW just trying to play out onto the edge of it. Updraft, dash, and away to safety. But oh, he's thinking about committing. There's the danger zone. Finally, will play his life. Com. He's going to plant down. Extension now into the round.
He's playing a different patch. That dart had like 3 scans.
It's not getting broken. Here we are. Com's still just going to be holding up close. Again with the weapons on hand. This is precision and surgical by King. Rips away 2. There's the answer by Furia. This brings it to the 3 versus 3. But Com again. He's going to walk around, wrap around here.
A full wall.
Diffusing.
Into his face. Diffusing, sticking. Needs to be that pressure. Ham denied to the knife. Oh boy.
I mean, Lev win the round, but Furia I feel like a silver lining for them. They dodged being posted all over the internet.
Yo, I did not know commas from the hood like that, bro.
That was close to being something fantastic. This round as well felt like Aspas had decided, I want you guys to prove you can win without me. He was just inserted over towards B, and then watching for the flank didn't really have any impact. Normally you see Aspas deep up in these A post-plant setups, always looking for the kill. Sometimes he's even like trying to take timings through his own harbor wall, pushing towards spawn. This time, he sat back. It was like, you got me right, boys.
Yeah. Went around on your own.
I was going to say wait till the knives come out, but he is nowhere near, and we might end the game before then because it's 10-5 right now. Only 3 rounds left for Lev.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried for Furia because that was the round that they had to stop the rot. And unfortunately, it's spreading.
It's stinking up.
That is a great sign, I'm not going to lie. That is a great sign. The tail end of this timeout, Fury are going to be discussing quite a lot. Of course, I mean, this upcoming round, they don't even have the money. This is where they're really going to be stretched thin. They needed another one of those miracle rounds. The Thrifties that they ended up winning, a few of them, on Sunset.
Yeah, that would
set them straight.
Would be absolutely perfect for Furia in this kind of situation. I think Lev are playing the attack side quite nicely, though.
Oh, this was beautiful from King. Look at that. And then he gets double faced, but it's too late from them. Furia, I mean, they need to bring those a little earlier. The coordination needs to be on time.
The punish?
Have you ever seen a kill from that?
I mean, in 2022 or something, yeah.
I mean, it's still effective, don't get me wrong. It's denying the orb, but I think people always are like, oh, is it going to get a kill?
We'll watch it just in case. Clear. Plays down his ult for the one-way. Using it for plan denial.
Furia are taking risks in this round, though. They're pushing out over towards A. MW's getting a lot of information. He knows that this is a real push. Nobody in Snowman to get caught by this play as well.
This is nice by Lev. Try and take that backside control as well. Leave nothing to chance.
And with a lot of money here, this is easily how you shut down this anti-eco.
We'll seek to overwhelm, and again, they're losing the
battle.
battle. There's war of attrition that's occurring, at least with it now, Aspas.
Wow.
Safe hands from him.
A little spin there.
Jira.
Leaves MW and Nosworth to pick up the pieces. What's left of it? Not too much in terms of the chances. It's Lev up to 11, almost assuredly.
And I'm afraid it does feel very similar to map 1, where Furia are right there with them, toe-to-toe the whole time. And then unfortunately the second half hits and they lose it. They run out of gas. They can't keep it going. It was rifle rounds actually.
Number one, what is diet milk?
What's that?
It's like skimmed milk, surely.
Yeah,
right?
I know, but like, you don't call it. There it is again. What is that? Yo, anybody diet milk drinkers in the house? I didn't know we were sponsored by Big Milk out here. This is crazy.
The dairy industry's got its hooks all over the place.
All right, Hunter's Fury. This is Fury just trying to make something happen. Trying to play it with a vulnerability as well. Set something up. They get nothing. It's a wasted ult from Nosworth.
King's taken a ton of damage, though. One shot to the body from a Vandal, and he's done.
Not too worried about that, though, still. Shandy posted. They hear the drop down. I see the drop down. Aspas. Sky again. He's empowered now. Shandy removed. Up onto the high ground. Perched. Control of the rifle is there. At least maintained for Nozo. Not enough, though. Try and get that one. It's traded out by Tex. Reposition, repeat, straight to the dome. Overkill. If you ask me, but MW does. Let's get the job done now, leaving it down to 2. King and Com.
Love this from King.
Over the top, not expected.
When he's scoped in like that, that's too hard.
Okay, Com's got a decision here, though. Do you back off and try to play with your ult, or are you looking to go forwards? And clearly, as you can see, taking the more aggressive option.
Yeah, just, again, maintains control. Gets the kill, leaves it down to Havoc. 1v2 has no idea where these players could be.
tragedy again for Furia. Another spot where the round should be theirs. Only 2 people alive from Lev. And Kings play up into top nest and then come with 2. Robs them of a round where they had all of the advantages.
And you know what the difference from Sunset? I know the score kind of feels like the same. We're going in the same pattern here in the second half, but that's the first like super tight round that we've had. And on Sunset, we had a ton of them that Furia was actually coming out with.
Yeah. Com's loving it out there as well.
One more round will do it. Hunter's Fury, Lev. Where's the punish coming from? Not too sure as well. There's a kill. Getting a tag at least under Shandy with 1 player dropped as well. It's almost inevitable. The Avalanche might just come crashing down unless MW has something to say about it. Stands up to the challenge, but Schwarber and Oswald getting very cheeky with it.
I mean, same 2 players from last round.
It needed to happen, didn't it?
One enemy
Tag
remaining.
up. Coverage onto Belt. They know exactly where Com is.
The crowd are looking for the Com ace.
I heard that.
Listen, you never know. He's at the top.
19 and 9.
You never know.
He pulled off a 1v3 on Sunset. It was a backbreaker. Very early on, though. Not so much a backbreaker, I suppose. It's just like a little twist that you feel later on in the day.
To start with, needs to take out one of these players that are rapidly approaching the side. MW's got the high ground angle.
And these clutches are so tough.
Yeah.
Once you plant the spike, then the util starts flying.
Khalil's not giving him anything.
I mean, the Jets start flying.
Com sticking this one, but his back's open to it.
Wow, we get to match point from Lev, and all of a sudden, the Fury fans away. They're like, oh, we can get a comeback.
That wasn't even from Josh as well. He's just sat with his arms crossed.
Well, no, I was liking what I was seeing there from MW. It's big. We've been missing a round where MW really takes over with knives. I think he's had multiple opportunities and hasn't really been able to deliver. The problem is, you're looking up at the top, and they need another 6 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has to get a lot cleaner.
That tags onto Aspas.
Brawl in B.
Here's the fight, yeah, walking all the way out. Khalil.
There it is.
Wins it, King. Needs to return it. There's a wall in his face, and he doesn't get it. Barely missing the timing on it.
Couldn't be better.
I mean, that's a movie script, just putting the wall up to save his life.
That's a
Johnny's
Valorant,
on your right.
Valorant trailer kind of play,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
I shall wall off your opponent. A work of console.
I've gone for the reaction though. Plant down onto the A side. No denial. Nothing pushes it back and away. Here's where the danger could lie. Mazzino, he's got this ult. Any signs of life from Fury, they're going to be trying to defend this one. Out through the back of the site. Dart. Down to the back.
Ooh, that's a bad dart on top of Jen. He's not scanning anything.
Covered up as well. To Molly, to Reckoning. It's all seeking to delay. Furia still in the danger zone for this one. Doesn't matter if they got this player advantage, they need the kills to start coming in. Dash forwards as well, predicted by Aspas. It's red across the board, it painted the bloody walls of it. Lev are on fire right now. No one can stand a touchdown. 13-6. We'll put a pretty bow on the finish. Onto this round, onto the map, onto the series.
Onto the season 2, Brent. This was a flawless split from Leviatán. Absolutely stunning reversal from Shanghai, and this is why I'm on the bandwagon, guys. This team is looking good going to playoffs, and they have a chance there at that first, actually clinching champions now.
I've got to say, I think that the turnaround from what we saw from them in Shanghai to instantly rebounding and looking amazing again is bafflingly incredible from Leviatán. I know that they had a change in the coaching staff as well, but also to fix their mentality, to be able to come up with new ideas, to still reinforce that belief in yourself and see the wider picture, that you're in an amazing spot for the year round. There was a lot of discussion that this team might be crumbling internally, even coming out the back to Shanghai. Do you see any evidence of that at all now?
No, it's ridiculous too, because we've had 2 instances of that sort of thing coming through for this team. In terms of crumbling, in terms of the internal vibe not being there at the beginning of the season after the Nosworth stuff, and now here as well after Shanghai. And then they just silence everybody.
They're 9-1. Number 1 seed had already been locked in, even before this game. But What is
That is
going
an
on there?
awesome skit. I mean, that's just...
Okay.
I'm coughing.
Yeah. Mazzino had ghost enabled. I didn't even realize. Replay the game. Well, so many moments where the lead players popped off.
And it definitely did. With that, I mean, a 2-0, Diet Milk on the screen. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for?
I'm still scratching my head what that is.
You gotta keep the
milk with the
jersey?
sugar removed? Absolutely it is.
Whose
This
is
is
it?
mine. I don't know.
What do you mean, absolutely? You don't know if you can keep it. You're just like, absolutely.
I'm keeping it. Thank you.
All right.
I'm not
All
keeping
right.
this, though. I got you guys back for
Yeah.
this one. This
Yeah.
one is amazing. You guys
Proud.
definitely got to keep that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, I've been given a command. Phil and Leslie, it's got you two, so we can talk.
Yeah, well, I do want. We were talking a lot about Leviatán, as it should be, because we're going to go and see those guys in the playoffs too. But Furia, they did kind of keep it competitive at the beginning points there, and I think a lot of the discussion around these teams that we're not going to see future is what do you do with all of the time that you now have?
Yeah.
Their season's over in July. What does the rebuild look like? Which of these players do you want to keep hold of, and how can you make the future for 2025 better than
Might
this
be
year?
all of them, Brent.
Yeah, could be. I mean, listen, easiest day of work of my life, but let's send it down to Smix. It's down on the stage for the Verizon post-match interview. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Bren. And standing by with Aspas as Leviatán take down Furia 2-0. Aspas, it's been a crazy year. I think it's fair to say that at the beginning of the year, when people saw the new Leviatán roster, there were some questions in the air, but you guys grinded, you practiced, and now in back-to-back stages, you're in first place. How much more does it mean to be able to show that, especially when there were all these questions up in the air at the beginning?
I'm really happy right now that the challenge that I chose for myself, that was playing a team that spoke other language, it's working, so I'm really happy.
Absolutely. It's so difficult to do that. I think we're used to seeing you at the top, and we saw you at the top for so long, but it's very difficult to do that on a new team. Talk about the journey that Leviatán has been on this year in learning to play together, and then now you're number one in the whole stage.
We've been practicing so hard. We are like focusing a lot on the things that we see that are our mistakes. In Master Shanghai, we saw a lot of mistakes that we needed to fix. So when we come back, we focus everything that we could on fixing those mistakes. We are doing like that, so we are practicing a lot on trying to fix all the mistakes that we have.
That's great to hear, because my next question, stage one, you were also first, but then in playoffs, we saw you got third, being behind G2 and 100T. This time around, being first, what's going to be different to ensure you're not third this time and you can get first again?
We're gonna keep practicing really hard, and I hope this time we can get the trophy.
Sounds good. And my last question for you, I feel like the landscape of VCT has changed a lot. I think last year we saw a lot of teams like NRG, teams that we're used to seeing at the top, and they're just eliminated now. EG, Loud, obviously. Now looking at the best teams, who would you say is the team that feels like the biggest threat in the playoffs?
If I would say a team, maybe Sentinels.
Okay, and why is that?
They're looking really good right now. They won the first Masters as well. Now it looks like they're back in shape.
Sounds good. And last question. Any words to say? You have some amazing supportive fans that are in the studio today, but I'm sure there are hundreds and thousands watching online as well. So what do you have to say to all your fans?
Thank you so much, guys, for the support. Thanks for cheering for me. I hope I can keep meeting your expectations. So I'm gonna keep trying everything I can to keep meeting the expectations. And thank you so much for the love.
Absolutely. We'll be looking forward to your games during the playoffs, but for now, congratulations on another amazing stage 2. We are going to head to Golden Boy, so stand by.
Always great to hear from Aspas, but, Sideshow and Bala were so biased, that entire cast. It's a shame that Sideshow's team lost, and we have to shame him publicly. Am I right, guys?
Hi, Josh.
No. No, it's not a shame.
It's actually not a shame.
It's not a shame at all.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You look rather yellow today.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been allowed to talk about it all year, but I've been the world's biggest Furia fan.
Have you been?
Yeah, you know the professionalism standards that we have here. We're not allowed to talk. You know, we have to remain unbiased.
That's fair. That's fair.
English broadcast.
We have to.
Yeah. And, you know, there's no English players, so I can't pop off about that.
Yeah.
So instead, I waited until the final game, and I asked everybody at Riot, you know, Mr. John Riot.
You went to Mr. John Riot himself.
Mr. John Riot, and I was like, please, can I just pop off about Furia one time?
Yeah.
And they gave me the game against the #1 seed.
This almost feels like you were set up for failure.
I was going to say that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Do you feel like you were set up for failure by?
Because that's a slippery spot to be in.
Do I look like I was set up for failure today?
No,
honestly, you look great, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit more elongated than usual,
yellow,
but
like jaundice vibes, but
yeah, a lot of like heavy jaundice.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for you. But oh, hey, look at this.
Yeah, he was. There was no chance, bro. You were getting smoked every day.
Bro picked the #1 seed. What do you mean?
Balla picks the #1 seed.
It's unbelievable. What was I supposed to do with this? I was dealt a losing hand to begin with.
Hey, but they almost did it, though.
They had some competitive hearts. I mean, did they almost do it?
Did that? I mean,
you're being condescending, is what I would say. You're being condescending. I feel like, you know, they put up a decent performance, and I'm happy for them, and I'm going to be looking forward to what they're doing in the off-season, as I am for a bunch of the other teams as well. Brazil's in a tough spot, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Aspas is away, playing for an international super team, so you don't have one of your best players. Yeah. And then Loud's currently in a bit of a bother.
The MW Zeracope still creeping in a little bit.
Less.
The best?
At the moment, yes. But less at some points has been at least as good as Aspas has.
That's fair.
Need I remind you all as well that Furia beat Loud, #1 Brazilian team at the moment.
It's fair. That's why he's such a big fan.
Yeah.
That's why he's such a big fan. Let's just show the standings. Let's just save us. Show the standings, guys. Where are we right now? Because Leviatán winning that game, though, does actually lock them, not lock them, but it gives them a better opportunity to be able to qualify directly to champs if Sentinels manages to pick up the win tomorrow, which, you know, I mean, if you're Leviatán, you're cheering on Sentinels. You want to see what happens there. These are your matchups. You're going to have Loud versus 100 Thieves, and then it's going to be Sentinels taking on G2 Esports. That is a difficult one.
Maybe you get a match that means something.
Ooh, boy.
That last game is for the #2 seed. That's just a straight up win in between 100 Thieves and G2. That locks you top 2, which means you're skipping the single elim. Right. You get to play from double elim right away.
And also you win one match.
Yeah.
You're going to champs.
Yeah.
It's a huge advantage.
It's massive.
I just love how we're having this like endearing conversation. Looks like a banana right here. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean I look stupid? This is what I dress like when I'm not at work.
Oh, really?
They said come casual, come dress casual.
I'm sure your wife very much is happy with that.
Yeah, she is. She knows that she's got something good going on, okay?
Today, a man became an egg and then became a banana. What an incredible day this has been. But that's it for our show. It's been an experience. That's one way to put it. Good news is we'll be back here tomorrow, unless we all get fired, in which case, you know, it was a good run, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Hopefully we're here tomorrow. Hopefully not. We'll find out next time on VCT Americas.
Can you peel me?
Sure.
What?
EG versus MIBR. MIBR looking for that first win. Can they do it at the literal tail end of the season? Both teams eliminated from being able to contend for the playoffs, but still want to be able to chase that win here on the stage today.
Gazzy did a nice job scaling up into sight, getting really deep, swinging off of his teammates, and that sonic sensor perfectly placed for EG's sake. They'll definitely take one. What? Oh, but that's two with the lineup. That is nasty.
More? You better believe it.
Come on.
Superman. Back at the side as well. All Superman caught with util in his hair, but Derek does prevail eventually.
Oh, Rich.
It's just Jorg. The second map win of America Stage 1 and 2. MIBR just descend on a hapless EG here on Bind. Rich able to follow up, though, and find that damage. And oh, buddy, are we running it back again like this?
Oh, my God.
They go up out here, and Jorgamo shattered. And here it is. And Artin gets to have him for breakfast. 3 kills already. Molly thrown out. Jaw going to respond with one of his own, but he's very, very low. It's only Jaw, all on Jaw, in fact. And that'll be it. MIBR, they crush EG and send them packing with a whimper.
If Leviatán manage to scoop up the dub, they will lock up a champ spot if Sentinels can also win their game tomorrow. And for Furia, what a way to close out their season, and to stop the #1 ranked team in the standings here at VCT Americas.
Pops up the smoke, but he's still got plenty more to deal with. Aspas versus Com still. Bullets just raining down onto the spot. Khalil, not a chance in hell. He's working him now, and they know where Shandy is.
Got it down.
Out wide, into the open, has to adjust, but unable to. Aspas. We're seeing it once more. Khalil sticking. Hello, shots need to land. He's already got half. Potential win con reloads. Out and around to the side. Oh! Those were the time. And no biting the time. Aspas wants a few more kills. At least for the collection, leaving it just down to one. Khalil cannot stand against it. 13-6. A tidy finish here for Leviatán. Really is turning into the average Furia fan still with the rifles. That's going to be reigning supreme on this day, but finally found his way over towards the fight. Still a 1v3 to take care of. Nowhere to play, nowhere to hide. Still, Texas covering it!
Jesus.
Pretty ugly. On high. Needs to be coverage. It's not there for the plant. Shandy just trying to go for it onto the corner. Lev are going to be up now. 2 rounds. Looking forward to that next half.
A full wall.
Diffusing. Into his face. Diffusing, sticking. Needs to be that pressure. Ham! Denied to the knife out! Oh boy. No one can stand a touchdown. 13-6. We'll put a pretty bow on the finish. Onto this round. Onto the map. Onto the series.